Hey guys, welcome to the Model Citizen Podcast. We're your hosts, Hunter and Michaela. We are so excited to have you here. All right, let's dive in.
I gotta get my singing voice. My la 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 la. Do
you know that, like, here's the thing. I am not a shy person, but to me, if someone asked me to sing, even if it was for like an audition or whatever, that to me, I would clam up. Bro, I could dance in front of you. I can model. I can be so sexy and seductive that you would be like, should I give you a moment?
Right.
In front of the camera. But if someone were to say, like, can you be earnest in singing? I would clam up.
That is so funny. I feel like I would rather sing than dance or like do a runway walk any day.
Oh,
or
my
act.
God, dude.
If someone asked me to like earnestly act, like sometimes I'll be watching, welcome back to the podcast, you guys. Sometimes I'll be watching movies and I'm just like, oh my God, someone had to like this person is literally earnestly acting. I would be so cringed out and like I just would not be able to. I wouldn't be able to do it. No way.
That's how I feel about singing, dude. Not that I've ever been asked to ever like sing.
Well, I was gonna say no one's asking for that. Nobody. So you don't have to worry about it.
That's the thing, dude.
You do have such a good voice, though, and I feel like
no, I don't, and I think that's where it comes from. Is like
it's because you've been around people who are literal professional singers, and then they're, you know what I mean. And it's like when you they
make fun of me, so then I'm like, okay, I'm insecure about it now.
But not even that. But it's like when you have professional singers around you all the time, you're kind of like, like you can be really good at singing without being a professional singer. Like there's just, I don't know, like there's levels that you can be. It's not like it's like you're a professional singer or you're a bad singer. Like there's all kinds. There's like a whole spectrum. And I feel like a professional singer, you can just tell that they have taken, you know, classes their entire lives, and they've had like instructors, and they've really developed a voice. But like some people just have raw talent.
Dude, you do.
Well, I know that. That's not up for debate or question. We know that your girl can holler a tune.
Really do be having that raw talent. Also, dude, I'm just laughing at us being so early to mid to late 30s and looking so Gen Z right now.
Oh, we're so Gen Z. But to be fair, they are copying our Y2K vibe.
So, sister, I was going to get to that.
This is the thing. I don't know if
I was going to get to that.
I don't know if you've seen the Taco Bell ads, but they're doing a whole Y2K rewind throwback thing right now where they're doing all like the Y2K popular menu items. And it's like, yeah, because Y2K and millennial fashion and style and music and all that, like they're playing Sum 41 for the song.
Oh, sister.
Do you know what I mean?
Let me just dive in. then.
Well, let's dive in for sure. But I'm just saying, it's just so interesting to me. So we have a right to wear all of this because we made this.
We created it. We literally created this.
Thank you.
So here's the deal, you guys. I took my 15-year-old stepdaughter and her 3 friends to Soho this weekend to go shopping for her birthday. That's what she wanted for her birthday present. She was like, I want to go shopping in Soho, Manhattan. And I was like, perfect. Fun for me. Dad, take the kids. Let's go, girlies, right?
Right.
And it was so there was 3 stores that they wanted to make sure they hit. Number 1 was Brandy Melville. Number 2 was the store called Addicted, Edikted. And number 3 was it Cotton On? I think it was Cotton On or Princess Polly. They're all like literally next to each other, which is so brilliant of these stores to just open up all boom, 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 right? And they're all it's all like the same stuff, with the exception of like Brandy Melville is very like collegiate, preppy, whatever. Basics. Like this one was very, very cute, and we will get to that too. So we first went into this store called Addicted, which it was the craziest feeling ever because I felt like somebody had dropped me. I felt like somebody had dropped me in to like a fever dream of like when I was younger, because there was just shirts with like numbers on it and like a star, and everything was just like the way, like there was like jeans with like bedazzles on them and like, you know, patches on them. I mean, everything was Y2K. The glasses, the jewelry, the clothes, everything. And it kind of felt like nostalgic in a way of, it was like, oh, whoa, this kind of brought me back to like feeling like homey almost. But then I was like, some of the girls that were there were so rude that I was like, oh, okay. See, if you were in Y2K,
it really did bring you back.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, no.
You start getting bullied.
I know.
Like, wait a minute.
We're not gonna go for real back.
Yeah.
But it was just the craziest thing ever. Like the way that this fashion is so back is so crazy. We went to Princess Polly after too, and like all like the office siren like is in, which I love. You know, I love like a you know, a blazer and like a suit pant. Like I live for that.
But when you say that the girls at Brandy Melville were brats, do you mean the girls working or the girls shopping or everybody?
So then we got to Brandy Melville.
Okay, got it.
So I thought the girls at Addicted were bratty.
The girls working or the girls shopping?
The collective.
Okay, got it.
They're all the same age.
Right.
You can't tell who's working. So here's the thing. Back when we grew up, you could tell who was working and who wasn't because they were wearing something certain. They were of like a certain age. Now everyone is blended. So there's no one's like wearing a special headset or anything. So you don't know who to ask for help.
There's no like name tag. There's no like lanyard. Yeah. When I work,
nothing.
Every time I've ever worked at retail, we've had to wear like a lanyard or something like with our name, or like we had to somehow identify. Like I would wear my keys on my arm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to like be like, I work here. Don't like whatever you need, come to me, kind of a thing.
Dude, I was asking
out
people
the door
if they worked here, and like it would be like a 15-year-old girl, and they'd be like, "Do you work here?"
And then the one would be like, no. And then you'd ask another 15-year-old girl, and then she'd be like, yes.
Yeah, she'd be like, yeah, I do. Let me help you. Like, it was crazy. They were all 15. So then we went to Brandy Melville. And now Brandy Melville had a line that was over a block long. Okay. This was the one store that all these girls wanted to go to. So I was like, girlies, I'm going to wait in line, and you go up the block and you go check out Sephora. Like, you're not going to wait in line. Like, let me just do it. And then I'll call you when we get to the front, or like when I'm close to the front.
Of the year,
dude, bro.
Because guess what? We grew up with parents who did that kind of shit for us, and that's why we're down to do that.
Well, yeah.
Like, we will wait in lines.
And I was like, my sister is now, does it pain me inside to have to go and to wait in line and then buy products that I could literally buy at Walmart and have the same exact thing at TJ Maxx? Yes. But did I grow up with a sister who wanted the name brand things because it does make you feel like part of a collective? Yes, absolutely. So I was like, I get it. Whatever. We're going to do the damn thing. So we get inside. It is sardines. Already, Brandy Melville, like the things are all like on top of each other, right? Like floor to ceiling.
They somehow stack things to the literal ceiling, and I'm just like, how are we getting up there? Like, how are we getting that product?
Insane.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Insane. So the girls in there were, I felt like I got plopped into high school. I felt like I got plopped into high school. All of a sudden, I became sweaty.
Right.
And I became ultra aware. And it was like very bizarre because I was like, whoa, everyone is just like staring. And they're just like, you know, kind of like pushing through. And they're kind of like, everything is really small. Nothing is my size.
Right.
And there's like, I got like a makeup bag. You know what I mean? It was just like everything felt very exclusive.
Yeah.
And then I found myself hanging back with the moms, and like, I'm a young mom. Yeah. So it was me and like these older moms, and I'm like, whoa, I'm like hanging back with the moms now. This is crazy.
That's so
Again,
interesting.
You don't know who works there. Dude, there was some guys there, some like teenage boys there, and I was like, what are these teenage boys doing here? And then they started folding the clothes, and I was like, oh, they work here.
Yeah, they're one of the few retail stores that I think employs men. actually, for like an all
Which is
girls. Yeah,
crazy.
which is really interesting. And I remember, I think like the most jarring experience of that is it's jarring if it's a place that exclusively sells like women's clothing, right? But I remember going to Victoria's Secret when I was really young, like when I was still trying to think that I could fit into any of those clothes. And there was a guy working like in the back in the changing rooms. And I was like,
yeah, I don't, that's not.
I was like, I don't know how I feel about this considering the fact that it's lingerie, like it's underwear, not lingerie,
Yeah, and you're
at that
like,
age, but like it was
showing me my room?
underwear, right? Like, I don't know. There was something interesting. It was it was the first time I had been met with that. But like if you go to Old Navy or if you go to Gap, like it's men and women that are working. So it's just
because
like,
you sell both. Yeah.
yeah, but it's like, they're just clothes at the end of the day. Like it's literally just fabric. So it's like, who really cares? But yeah, I get what you mean. It's kind of like, okay, so now the people that you would absolutely not think are the ones working here are the ones working here.
So basically I had to look for the person who I would never think would work there. And they were like the manager. So I was like, okay. So, you know, I had to text my stepdaughter into being like, what, like, where are you? I don't know. The store's not even that big, but it was just so crowded. Right. But here's the one thing that I have issue with. Okay. These teenagers these days, parents, if you're listening, okay? Mm-hmm. And I'm not discounting our own because we check her on it, okay?
Right.
Now, would she ever get away with being so bratty out in public? No, she would never do that. Right. Some of these teenagers were so insanely entitled and bratty. Dude, really? They weren't even teenagers. They were like preteens. Like if we talked to our parents or if we treated somebody the way that some of these girls did to me, to other people and their surrounding, we would have literally been like, we would have no phone, no money. You're staying in. Absolutely. Good luck. Like our dad and our mom.
What's an example? What were they saying or doing?
They would just like push by and be like one girl who was, I would say maybe 12 was like, I'm trying to get through here to me. It was so packed. And I was merely looking at a shirt and she goes, I'm trying to get through here.
Literally?
That was just one instance.
Wow. Okay. But kind of that vibe.
That was the vibe. And I was just like, what is going on?
That is so wild to think about. Also, I feel like this is interesting. This is interesting because a lot of people say that Gen Z and Gen Alpha, they're not very good at social, because like interacting with actual human beings because of
clearly
COVID, because during many of their formative years they were literally stuck inside, or they had to social distance, all that, and also they're just like chronically online, so like they don't really know how to politely interact with people.
Yeah,
but then I also wonder,
hella change that.
I wonder also if like there is an agency in that where it's like, I'm trying to get through here. Whereas like we would never say that. What would we do? Just stand there and wait? You know what I mean? Like what is the appropriate thing to do or say? That's my question.
Excuse me.
Right. Excuse me. Right.
There's no man. The thing is like, and I see it even with my own. Yeah, I see it even with my own stepdaughter. Now, listen, again, we check her on this stuff. So there's no like going unchecked of being like, oh, you can just get away.
Well, no kid's it's perfect. Like, no kid is like, you have
everyone
to
is,
make
a teenager
is
a teenager.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But then there's a point where it's like, okay, you're now being disrespectful.
Yeah, right.
And you're going to have a rude awakening in this world if you think
you're like, and it's going to be me. And
you I was getting there.
This is why I fully support parents parenting other kids out in public. Like if you see a kid acting up, absolutely, I love it. I'm like, I want to see more of it, especially if you are a parent. I will almost never do any of it, but I will encourage all parents to parent each other's kids because like, who knows if those kids are ever going to get that parenting at home? Who knows what's going on?
Right. And like the thing is it's like,
are parents afraid of the kids? Is that what's going on?
That's what it is.
Are they afraid to upset them?
And because we also live in a world where we went too far with gentle parenting. And now I think that that's all coexisting. It's the COVID of it all. It's the gentle parenting of it all. It's the entitlement of it all. It's the chronically online of it all. Is all now coming to a head, and we're seeing it happen in real time. And like, I think that that is bad. I think the gentle parenting just took it over the hill. And like, we all know when I first started, like with my kids, like I was like, oh, I'm a gentle parent. I'm going to do this, that, and the other thing. And then I was like, yeah, oh no, this doesn't work for me. Letting my kids run my house does not work for me.
Gentle parenting works until your kid like starts walking and talking and having its own opinions. And then
and that's also
like
just interacting with the baby. So it's like,
they're like, I'm gentle parenting my infant. Like, yeah, you can do that because it's just literally mashed potatoes in a blanket the whole like, for 6 months, you know. But then once your kid has like strength and can run and walk and talk back to you, I feel like at that point, I don't know how parents do. My dog has an accident on the floor, and I'm like, I need to go sit in a corner to like calm down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, it's crazy when, you know, there's just so much. And then there was girls there who were just upset that their mom was saying no to certain things. And then they would, their mom would be like, no, I'm not going to get you that tank top that looks like just a basic ass tank top for $32. And I'm like, girl, you should not. Like, this one girl who was, again, 12, maybe 11, 12, was so upset that her mom wouldn't get her this navy blue tank top. It was just a tank top. There wasn't even anything on it, nothing. The fabric wasn't even great. 32 USD. And she was upset at it. And I was just like, you are such a fucking little brat. You are such a brat.
You're whispering in her ear.
No, literally, I would go up and be like, I would get on her level, dude. I'm kidding.
You literally get banned from every brandy milk.
That's the one thing I will say. I know, literally, dude, I was about to. That was the one thing about my stepdaughter, though, is she's very conservative. Like, we'll be like, go and like get whatever you want, like pick stuff, and she's like, we'll pick one thing, or you know what I mean? Like, she's
when we FaceTimed yesterday to do the haul, it wasn't really a haul. It was like
it was like 4 things.
It was like 4 things. I was like, you went to Soho, and you went to all of these stores.
I know.
And you got a pair of pants and some shirts, and you got like, a couple things from Sephora.
It cost me $350.
Right, cost you a cool $380, and that's the world we're living in. Oh my god! Last night, Martin and I were watching old commercials from when we were kids.
Oh my gosh! That would make me so emotional.
Oh my god! But it was like so wild because we were watching like grocery store ads, and it was like 99 cents for like a whole pint of ice cream, and like, or like $1. I think a whole 12-pack of beer was like $9.99 or something. Like, it was just like so crazy to look at these prices. But
remember when you used to be able to be like, here, can I give you 20 for number 7, fill it up with 93?
Yeah, no, literally.
And you'd go have a full tank. Now you're like, can I have $375 on number 7? And you get to go to Home Goods and get a McDonald's drive-thru before you have to circle around again to fill up.
Right. And here's the thing. Here, in my defense, yes, I did like the name brand things, but I feel like I always was like attracted to the quality items. Like, I would not be going to a place for like a tank top. Like, I wanted to go to I wanted to buy designer jeans because I was like, the quality, the thickness, the style, like I was like obsessed with the construction of nice things more than anything, and the quality of nice things. Like, that's why I had like a designer bag obsession, because when you worked, like I worked obviously resale, and I would see all these beautiful things come in, and they were just made beautifully, and they were old. They were like 20, 30 years old sometimes, and they were in such good condition, and they just held up. And it gave me such an appreciation, and like reading Vogue and like all of those magazines growing up. And I think that there's a difference between wanting to spend the money on the quality that the name brand really can back versus just like throwing a tag on anything and making it go TikTok viral. And it's like Temu or it's Shein. It's like, then we're kind of like, it's not designer or name brand. It's just a brand. Does
Right,
that make
and I
sense?
think that, like, yes, and I think that, like, there should be I'm surprised that no one's done this yet. I want to do an experiment where I take a bunch of teen girls in a room and I get them Brandy Melville stuff and then I get them TJ Maxx stuff, and I'm going to take
Mm-hmm.
all the tags off, nothing, and then I want to say, choose which one you want.
Mm-hmm.
And I would bet you they would not ever tell the difference. And now our mom used to say this all the time, and I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
Mom, whatever, like, just get the thing, right?
Yeah.
But now I'm like, no, there really do be something to that.
There really do be something to it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Something to that, dude.
They really do. And now that we're talking about, okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
No,
No.
go ahead. Well, no, I was just gonna say.
Well, now. Yeah.
Well, now if I could just hold on. No, you go.
Oh, and then I got this shirt from Cotton On.
Okay, so Cotton On. Cotton On's really cute, actually. They have cute stuff there.
I've never been there ever in my life.
Really? They have one at the mall, our mall. So it's like, and it's right across from Sephora. No, they don't. But they do like oversized.
Yeah, exactly. This was like oversized, and it was an extra large, and I was like, yeah, and it was so cute. So
no, it's so cute. On. It's so cute. I was gonna say, because we're talking about treating people a certain way, right? And we're talking about like that whole realm of behavior. And I saw something recently. I think it was on Threads. This girl posted. And I thought this was so interesting because I couldn't agree with this more. She said, how you treat someone on their birthday says a lot. And that to me rang so true because, like, think about how someone treats you on your birthday and like your experience with that person and like experiences that we've had with people. And I was like, you know what? There is actually something to that. How like someone treats you on your birthday actually, I feel like, says a lot about that person and like your friendship and their relationship to you. And I'm not saying they have to sit and like buy you things, but like, right. I don't know. It was just so, and so it got so many posts and likes and people were commenting and they were like, it's amazing how I thought that like me wanting to be treated like special on my birthday was a selfish thing, but like why not? Like I like to treat people special on their birthdays and like it's fun for me and I want to like give them that, you know, attention for that day and it's fun. And I was like, wow, that is like so true. And it made me think about like, you know, we've had situations where we have been like so wonderful to people on their birthdays and then it wasn't reciprocated at all on ours. Right. And I don't know, I just thought that was so interesting. And I feel like we got to bring that back a little bit. Like, I feel like we have to bring it back. I'm not saying for like me, you know what I mean? Like, but I just, cause I think everyone is birthdays are a big deal in our family. But I don't know. I kind of wish we would like bring that back a little bit and like celebrate each other and make it more of like a thing, you know?
Yeah.
And like,
we grew up with our dad always doing like theme birthday parties, and now that's something that I do with the kids. Yep. And so I love making a big deal, even if the decorations or whatever come down in 2 days and you're like, oh, I spent all that money and all that time doing that. It's like, okay, but you still remember that. You still have the pictures you can go back to and see all that, you know? Yeah. And so I love that. I think it's so much fun. It is how we grew up. It's funny because for my birthday, I'm always like I love to be celebrated, but also I'm just like, okay, is it over? Like, I'm just kind of like, oh, like, you know, like, let's just go to dinner. I don't even want to make a big deal. Let's like move on to yours kind of thing. And, but I love celebrating other people. Like I love like putting things up and like decorating and stuff like that. And I know you do too. And you and Martin, but I feel like if you each other.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're big on that. I mean, I've done it for you too. Remember like for your
for my 30th.
I mean, for your 30th for sure. But then what was it that I did the decorations in the house for? Was that your like 31st?
That was my 30th.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I decorated and we threw you a surprise party.
I know.
That a girl.
Because we had my party and then yeah.
One of the best surprises I've ever pulled off in my life, truly. Me and Brian, the whole crew.
That was so good.
But I just think it's like interesting. It's like if you have a friend that maybe like doesn't do or say anything really to you on your birthday, that's like so sad to me.
Well, no, that's literally crazy.
You know what I mean?
If someone, yeah.
Like, I just think that I don't know, but it's just something that I was like thinking about a lot over the last couple of days. Cause I was like, because we have had like a situation with a friend who like literally we would do like the most amazing things for them for their birthday, and then they just like barely said happy birthday to us back. And it's like, you don't want, it's not about like the things, it's not about the gifts, it's not about the stuff, it's just like the acknowledging,
like just the action behind it.
Yeah, just like the acknowledging them for that time, or that, you know what I mean? So I just thought that was interesting, and I think we all need to make big deals of, and I don't mean us, I feel like we do it in our family, but I do see like a lot of comments were like, yeah, like my husband's never done anything for my birthday in like the 20 years we've been married, or like my best friend, you know, I always do stuff for her and she's like never gotten me even a card. And I'm like,
yeah, that's crazy.
What are we doing? Come on, let's start celebrating each other. We need to be a community.
But I also think that goes also back to like love languages though, right? Like, I think that like even in friendships, there's a very real thing about love languages. It's like, if that's something that you value and that's something, and that's your thing, then it's like you as a friend should acknowledge that love language. You know what I mean? It's like, if that person likes that stuff, if that person wants acknowledgement in that way, and you know that, then I think that needs to be acknowledged. I don't think love languages are just for relationships. I think it's for friendships, you know, across the board. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone start celebrating each other, or else.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say something that's so controversial.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Okay. Now.
Oh no. I already know what this is.
What?
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I have to say, so In-N-Out is always my number one burger. Okay.
Okay. Oh, I already don't like where this is going.
No, I know.
After the fact that the whole Eagles-Rams situation, and then yesterday or the other day with the Phillies-Dodgers situation, I need you to come back to California for like a week, and we need to like re-Californifies you, because we need you in the corner for Dodgers, and we need you in the corner for In-N-Out.
No.
Okay.
In-N-Out still reigns my number one.
Okay, it's your number one. Good. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
No. In-N-Out is still my number one, which is why I said after In-N-Out.
Right.
In-N-Out will always be the number one, and I'm sorry, but if you ever say, oh, no, but no, I'm going to stop you right there, because it's just simply not. In-N-Out will always be that girl.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to say, for the longest time, I was like, gosh, Shake Shack is it. Shake Shack is it for number two. Like, that's really sealed the number two spot. And then I've been having Five Guys. Bro.
Mm-hmm.
The way my kids house those burgers.
Okay. Just because they're so good? But your kids house everything pretty much.
Nope. Bro, we do Shake Shack. We usually do like once a week, like a Shake Shack situation.
Right.
We have to be like, I'll give you candy if you finish this, okay? Like, and Hudson looked at me and said, this is the best hamburger I've ever had. And I had to look at him and say, bud, I'm not going to lie. Like,
you might be onto something.
You might be onto something. The fries are bomb. The burger is bomb. The bun is bomb. The sauce, bomb. Milkshakes, bomb. I just have to say, shout out to Five Guys. I should have probably researched this just to make sure that Five Guys wasn't in any hot water or anything. But
we always have to do like a little.
I know, like a little caveat.
Let's do Five Guys controversy.
I know, dude. I'm sure anything with Five Guys, it's like, there's gonna be some controversy.
I mean, listen, we've all had Five Guys, if you know what I mean.
But I'm sorry, dude. I think it knocked Shake Shack out. It definitely knocked the habit out. Like, it really came in and said, I'm gonna be number two.
I don't know if I agree, but
I knew you weren't going to.
I also do think that there is something to it. There is something to Five Guys.
But the thing is that you can't agree because you have In-N-Out by you. So why would you?
But we also have a Five Guys. We also
right, but why would you ever have to go for second?
Right.
I don't have In-N-Out, so I have to choose from my seconds.
Sure.
I have to go to a Shake Shack or a Habit, and so it's like, if I had In-N-Out, there wouldn't even be. I would be like, I don't know, I've never had the other ones.
Mm-hmm,
you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I also love the Habit, but you know what? Here's the thing. As I've gotten older, I'm really just appreciating a burger in general.
Same.
I just love a burger, dude. How good is a
I
fucking
kind
burger?
of want you to try a Five Guys, dude.
No, I mean I've had Five Guys many times.
Okay.
Because they are what they have in Maryland. So when I go visit Martin's
and
family,
their fries.
they
the fries
love
are the
Five
best.
Guys. I don't think I've had it in so long.
Dude, the fries are the best. The fries, I have to say, blow. They might be up there with In-N-Out's fries. I'm not crazy about In-N-Out's fries, but these fries are like a real good.
But are they like a shoestring? Like, what are we dealing with here?
Nope.
Are we working with a shoestring, or are we
They're
working with
like a
weird?
Nope.
Like a
and
big,
it's not
thick
that
one?
Crinkled crud. Nope.
I gotta look.
Nope.
I'm sorry,
It's just,
everyone.
Think of the best fry. Y'all mind if we do some research?
Y'all mind if I
Think
do
of
some
the
Five
best
Guys?
Fry.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. I
And what
gotta
it
check
looks
these.
like.
I gotta check these fucking fries out.
You're gonna like them, and you don't even like fries, so like, but these ones you would like. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Those look like right up my alley fries for sure.
That's right. I know my sister, and that's right. Yeah. So all this to say, hey, we're coming in hot with controversy, but try it out.
If you had to rank your 5 favorite burgers, what would
my 5 favorite burgers?
Yeah, like burger
joints.
Just like
it would be
you know what I mean?
In-N-Out, Five Guys, Shake Shack, The Habit. Who the hell cares? Whatever 5 is. What is there else? I know people say Whataburger, but it's
have you had Whataburger?
No, I've never had it.
Okay, neither have I. So,
but people
why would we go there? This also reminds me of I dated a guy who lived in Chicago. You know him, and he was always talking about White Castle burgers, and he'd be like, "No, there's no way that it's better. There's no way. There's no way." Oh,
I don't even.
It's not, honey. That's not even on the board, babe. That's like
even. Are they even still around? No, they are still around because I haven't.
That's no, that's like you're in your JV. You're not varsity. You know what I mean? Like you're not even in the finals. You're not even in the World Series. You're not even there.
No, literally.
And the way that he came here and he had In-N-Out and he was like, I was wrong, you were right. And I was like, thank you.
My favorite is when people are like, and now this is an In-N-Out podcast. Now, my favorite is when people are like, it's not like, yeah, it's okay, because they just want to be right. And it's like, okay.
They want to be right. And I'm just like, why don't you just ignore it? Why don't you just enjoy that? Why don't you just enjoy that it's good? Just enjoy that it's good. It's fine. Listen, there's a reason why the lines are out the fucking
There's
city.
never an empty In-N-Out. I'm sorry.
There's never an empty In-N-Out unless they're closed. And even then.
That's right.
You ever go to the In-N-Out that's by LAX? Oh, forget it.
Bro.
First of all, the line is...
When I pass by it, when I land, I'm like, oh God, you're just about 45 minutes away.
Right. Literally.
Start to finish.
And it's just, yeah. I mean, listen, we're really hitting everyone hard with controversy today. We're talking about Gen Z. We're talking about bratty children. We're talking about burgers, In-N-Out. I think that, I think that a drive-through burger is going to be always better than like a restaurant burger.
A restaurant. No, for sure.
Like, have you ever had a restaurant burger that was like really good?
Dude, although I will have to say, remember we got that like veggie burger in Manhattan at that random ass place, and we were like, "Yo, this is like one of the best burgers we've ever had." Where was that? That was at like some random place in Soho. I don't remember the name, but I remember the what it looked like.
Every time we go to Manhattan, we eat something so good, and then I'm never able to eat it again because we can't find it. It's too long. It's impossible to get into. It's like, I know, it is the most frustrating and just, oh my God, it makes me so upset. Every time I go to New York, we go in there and I eat something that is so mind-blowingly good, whether it's a pasta or that burger or it's like an ice cream or a pizza, and then I never get it again.
Never did. We did go to Raising Cane's, which I have to say was very good. The sauce was good. I think Chick-fil-A is better, but Chick-fil-A is homophobic, so Raising Cane's wins.
Right. I also think that that is that the closest Raising Cane's to you guys, or was it
Yeah.
just conveniently there?
No, it was the closest one, which is why we like made the whole Soho day, because then we walked up there. We went. It was a whole thing, dude.
I,
We went
I
and
don't
got
think Raising
Swedish
Cane's
candy.
is good enough to go into Soho for. Like, it's fine, it's
No,
good, but like
and we
it's
literally walked like 7 blocks.
no,
Bro.
that's crazy. That's
No,
crazy.
it's crazy.
I don't know really what is that good. Maybe Chick-fil-A, but we don't support Chick-fil-A right now.
We don't support Chick-fil-A, but yeah.
But they
it's
also
really-
come on. The thing about Chick-fil-A is like they're gonna employ the gays.
That's
You're
the
telling
one thing.
me-
You're
you're
gonna
telling
tell
me-
that they're, honey, the Chick-fil-A stays employing the gays, and the thing is the gays should be getting that money, honey.
They
Get that
should
bag.
be getting that money. Absolutely, dude. Every time I get Chick-fil-A, there's some kid that's like, my pleasure. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like a full set of nails on a young man.
No,
like
absolutely.
they are the most theatrical. They are the
Yes.
most over the top. They
Yes, and I
are
will
getting that
tip them
money
every time. And as they should.
Absolutely.
You should be getting the money from right underneath them. Okay?
Right, exactly.
Like,
Go
if
work
you're
for
gonna
these
get-
homophobic places and take their money from them.
Yeah. If you're gonna stick it to the man, go literally stick it to the man. Okay?
I actually, I don't know if your stepdaughter understands how incredibly kind it was that for you to go into the city, because even me getting you into the city is like pulling teeth. And there is a list. I have an ongoing list of places that I want to go to in New York that I've probably had running for like 7 years. Have not
I'm
gone to a
still
single one of
recovering.
them.
I'm
I know.
still recovering. But you know now. Like,
I do.
You know, like we literally go into the city for one day and you have to recover for a week and a half in order to go back into the city. Like, it is so, also you're on such high alert because it's like, you know, I'm now responsible for 4 girls who are all beautiful. And I'm just like, okay, I'm like having to look, you know, a mile ahead, make sure no one's weird around there, which there was plenty of times. Some guy was just taking his wiener out, peeing, and you know, it's like I have to be like, okay, ladies, let's cross the street. It's like you're on just like high alert on all
Gotta
times.
love Manhattan. Gotta love Manhattan.
Yeah,
Well, this is
it's
why
just
Sadie needs to be friends with more.
stinky.
She needs to be friends with more uggos. Imagine. You're like, I was really worried about I was really worried about 3 of them. 1 I knew was safe, but 3 I really had to keep an eye out for.
No, it's like, dude, girl, here's the thing, like teenagers these days, they're all stunning. There's no us.
They're
like, that's
beautiful.
the issue.
No, what is happening? Because
No,
like,
it's actually insane.
your stepdaughter will literally like every photo I have of her throughout her life, she looks gorgeous, and she's ridiculous. Like, oh, like I remember when I was there last and I was showing her old photos, she's like, oh my god, ew, I can't believe I look like that. And I was like, you look like a model here. What are you talking?
Dude, she has no idea.
How is everyone so beautiful?
It's actually upsetting because it's like, no, you don't get to just skate by. Okay.
No, the photos of me at that age, dude, I don't
even want them to surface of any of us. Honestly.
No, okay, Hunter, I'm not gonna. What we're not gonna do is pretend like you weren't stunning. But can I just have one thing? Can I have one thing that I was a little duckling for a while? I was a little ugly duckling. I was a lovely person that had a great personality. Don't get me wrong. I cut my teeth on being like the chubby girl with like the freckles and the full face and the like no discernible facial features because everything was just so round and small eyes. Like, it's fine.
No, I
just look like Kirby. It's fine. But I just did for a little while. It's okay.
Listen, everyone has.
I want to just have one thing. Is that all right? Can I have this one struggle?
Swan.
Yeah, it took a while, dude. It took a minute. All right, it took a good amount of.
But everyone has that year. But I don't think teens these days even have that year.
They don't have an awkward year. And I know we've talked about this before, guys, and we've all talked and we discussed about how crazy. But
she was also showing me this one TikTok girl who's like this blonde girl. I'm sure you guys know what her name is. She's literally 14. She showed me her and she was like, how old do you think she is? And I was like, what, my age? Like 31, 32? She was like, she's 14. I was like, what?
It's so interesting because like part of me is
she was wearing
like
a corset.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and like little short, and then
No,
when we were
I
out
never would
shopping,
allow.
when we were out shopping, all the girls were like, "Yeah, this is what my friend wore to Tate McRae," and it was like little teeny tiny hot shorts that are like bedazzled and a corset top, and I was like, oh, no.
You know, it's funny though, because if I had a kid who was a teenager like that, and she wanted to wear something like that to a Tate McRae or Taylor Swift, I probably wouldn't be super against it, because it's mostly girly pops that are going to this thing. Do you know what I mean?
Like with you, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm like, I get it. You want to dress like her. Like we all wanted to dress like Britney Spears. Do you remember? And I'm sure everyone listening to this remembers when you would like tie your shirt up and you would like put it inside out, and then you would like tie it so you could like have a little like belly shirt kind of going on. Like we did that because Britney Spears did that. So it's like their Tate McRae is their Britney Spears. It's like they want to look like she looked. That's why we all wore like the low rise jeans and stuff like that, and like belly button piercings. So I would be like, yeah, that's okay.
As long as I'm with them.
As long as I'm with you, and as long as it's like a Tate McRae where it's like, you know, it's only going to be girls. Basically. It's
not just going to be on the side of like New York City.
It's going to be the she's, the gays, and the theys. You know, so it's like I'm okay with that. Or like the Taylor Swift concert where it was like 99.9% girls. You know, I'm cool with that. But and here's my thing, and I always wonder, and if you are a parent, I would love for everyone to weigh in on this. Like, at what point is it 18 that you're like, okay, you can dress however you want? Or do you empower your child to like not be afraid of their, I don't want to say sexuality, but I guess when you're 16, 17, you are getting into that, right? You're kind of like, what am I about? What am I into? How am I expressing myself? And like,
it's
how, at what point are you drawing a line of like, this is too revealing, but to everyone else, like that line is so different for everybody.
Yeah, I know. It is so interesting because I
guess everyone just does their
in the
own
case
thing.
of like my stepdaughter, she kind of knows where the line's at. You know what I mean? Like there was things that I was pulling out that were like really cute, maybe would have been a little bit more like not sexy, but like a little bit like there was like a lace trim or whatever. Right. And she was kind of like, no, I don't like, that's not. I would get in trouble at school.
I think that she has a little, she's like the thing about her is I feel like she's always been very like a rule follower in a way. Like she's does, like, absolutely. Absolutely. And I just wonder parents who have kids that like really push those boundaries.
Oh my God, I know.
Where you draw that line and where you kind of are like,
well, you look at Addison Rae, right? Like,
right.
Bra, just a bra and
just
underwear.
Literally bra and underwear.
Fine, but then like, whatever, like, do what you want to do. I don't care.
Right. But then it's also like, I don't want to be like, I wouldn't want to be like demonizing their bodies in any way or like making them feel shameful, because we kind of did grow up in a house where our mom was very conservative about her body, like not in a way like there was no, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain because there wasn't any kind of like shame necessarily, but it was like,
oh, I'm not going to wear that, I'm a lady, right? But then it was also like, oh, you look perfect, you don't ever think any negative way about yourself,
right? So I always wonder where people and parents feel they can draw the line, or where they want to draw the line, or where they should. And it's like, I would always be nervous because like, I know I grew up with friends whose parents were like so ultra conservative, and then they went the exact other way. And Martin was just talking about that recently with his brother, because like, what were they talking about? I'm trying to remember. Because obviously, you know, Martin's brother is a dad, and he has 2 boys, and they were just discussing like, at what point do you draw like hard lines with kids, or you know what I mean, or like letting them be more free, because obviously we don't have kids. So we asked this to the parents. We're like, at what point are we? Where do you guys draw lines? It's fascinating.
Well, let me tell you, I am currently dealing with a little bit of it because I have a son, obviously, and he's 4.5, and he is getting very curious. And there is times where he will do things or say things that I'm like, okay, we're going to get a book on body boundaries. So I literally have, like, I'm looking at right now, a body boundary workshop book for me that coincides with one for him.
Okay.
And then I have like a stack of other ones that was basically like, here's the thing. We don't talk about this. We don't talk about this, but we can talk about this. And so it's also like, where do we draw the line of saying like, no, you should be shameful for that, or you should, you know what I mean? It's like, I also don't want him to feel bad about being curious. And then, you know what I mean? So there's just this line of like, okay, so that's why I'm always ordering all the books.
That's
like,
so interesting. I feel like people don't talk about that a lot. They really, like, parents, I feel like, don't really talk about how there is that aspect of raising a kid. And like,
oh my God, yeah,
where you're drawing certain lines, and like,
yeah,
you want to empower them on one end, but then like
be safe.
You have to draw boundaries and be safe on the other. And it's like, what a fucking like teeter-totter of
and it starts
experience.
Young. Like there was an incident that had, not an incident, but like there was something that had happened that, you know, Brian and I had talked about, and I was like, listen, he's 4. He has no idea what he's doing, but I don't want that 4-year-old to then grow up to somebody, to be a kid that does something to another little girl or whatever, that then that girl's rest of her life, she's like, this thing, you know what I mean? And it's it's not even anything like bad, but it was just like, even if it's something that is said or whatever it might be, I'm like, this is all things that you as parents have to like nip in the bud when they're early and when they're young, but also not bring that sense of like shame into it, because it's like, no, you can be curious and you can have these conversations and you can say these things in our home, and then, you know, we go from there on like what that looks like out to the world. And so, yeah, it's such a, dude, it really is such a line, but thank God for books and for authors. I literally just got a book called Big Boys Cry, because he's like dealing with like, he's like so emotional, and he's like, doesn't want to watch sad things because it makes him feel a certain way. So I got this cutest book, and I shout out to the author. His name is John T. Howley, and he lives in England, and his print run of this book is over. So it's really hard to find, but I had found it and I had ordered it, and I was like, where can we find it? Like, I want to post about it and talk about it because it's so good. It's about this little boy who, his dad's like, don't cry. Like, big boys don't cry. I know it's your first day of school, but big boys don't cry. And as he's walking to school, he's seeing like all these men crying. Like, he's seeing an artist cry. He's seeing the sailor cry. He's seeing a rich man cry, a poor man cry. He's seeing all these big men cry. And he's like, well, wait a minute. My dad told me not, that this isn't it. And then when he makes his way back home from school, his dad is crying, and he goes, I'm so happy you're home because I was scared because it was your first day of school. Aww. And then the kid's like, just so you know, Dad, like big boys do cry. And they like, and it's like really sweet. Right. And so I'm like, God, I wish this book had more prints and more runs, because it's so brilliantly laid out the way that it is. The way that it is drawn, the words are not super heavy and wordy. And yeah, so shout out to him if you guys have a kid going through that, boy, because I'm like, I want my kid to know that, like, yeah, you can show emotion, you can cry, that's okay to cry.
Yeah. And I think that, God, it's like, imagine if all the last couple generations of men had those books when they were kids.
I know.
And my heart always really goes out to parents right now, because we're realizing just how important certain things are to raising children and how great of an impact. And it's like the whole toxic masculinity of it all with boys. And I think everyone thought that they had a pretty good idea of how to raise kids until you get into all of what we're experiencing now, right? With like the Andrew Tate of it all. And you're seeing that these like the toxic masculinity and like stuff that is like really taken hold of society. And parents have a responsibility to like, teach your boys. Unfortunately, you have to teach these boys like actively that it's okay to cry, because for whatever reason, society is teaching them the opposite. So it's like you're working against it. I'm sure it's just maybe it's like I don't know. I think it's kind of normal not to want to feel bad things. That's in our DNA. We don't. We human beings by nature, we avoid pain. More than we go towards pleasure. We will avoid pain more than anything. And I think that when you're a kid, you start feeling. That's like why I think some people don't like scary movies. Like they just
Yeah.
are averse to it. They're like, no, I don't like the feeling of fear. Whereas some people, the feeling of fear lights them up inside and they get like
Right.
excited by it. And it just depends on like your type, like your personality. And
Yeah.
Hudsley just seems like he's kind of like doesn't want to feel sadness, which
he's
like,
very in tune. He's
don't
such a
blame him.
smart, like in tune kid. He will literally know, like as soon as a scene gets like the music drops down, he'll be like, "Oh, this is a
But
sad
you were like
scene."
that too. That's
I
why you didn't
know.
want to listen to music and watch
I
TV
know.
because you didn't want to be, you didn't want your emotions manipulated.
He's very
Because
much like me in that way.
I think it's a lot of like, you don't want your emotions manipulated because you're already sensitive to what's happening around you. So it's like, I don't want to pile on with something that is manipulating my emotions that's not even real.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a real thing in front of me happening. And so you're kind of averse to it.
Totally.
Me, an actual style.
Like,
I'm a child psychologist and I need everyone to understand
literally a child psychologist, I fear. But it's so true though. It's like he will not even like if like a sad song comes on or just a really like melodic song comes on, he'll be like, "Can we change it?" And I'm like, "Dude, I totally get it. I'm the same way. I'm the same way." And but you know what, we've been really fostering that and nurturing that and talking about the way things make us feel and if something makes us feel afraid or scared or whatever. And we've really noticed it lately because he used to want to watch scary things and he didn't really understand the feeling that it gave him. And now he can pinpoint what that feels like, what that looks like to him and be like, and now he's been saying like, this makes me feel scared. So like, we'll turn it off. Whereas before he would just sit there and watch it and like, let it be. And then later on, would wake up and talk about whatever. And so now he can catch it because we've been able to like name this feeling. And he's like, oh, I feel like this is making me feel scared. And I don't want to watch this anymore.
God, the stuff that parents have to like think about now, it's like back in the day, like the Dust Bowl days where it was like you just gave your kid a corn husk doll and said, "Go out and play, and I'll see you when it's dark." And that's literally
okay.
And hope that they turn out okay. And that is literally all that any parent had to really worry about, and just surviving, like just having enough water and food to survive. And now it's like you have to think about every little thing and how it's impacting them. But listen.
The world is just, there's so much more now. There's so much more we see, so much more we hear, so much more all of that.
And we know more about ourselves now. So we can sort of like project that onto the kid and be like, I don't want to do this to them because I know that this made me feel XYZ.
Totally.
You know? And I think that like, but the thing is like, no parent is going to be perfect though. It's like also, do you want to be a perfect parent? Do you want to raise your kids with absolutely no trauma so they're not funny? No, you gotta have a little bit of trauma, dude. You gotta put them through a little bit.
I always know when someone's not been through anything because they're dry.
Dry.
Okay.
God, I love a person that's been through a traumatic event. Oh my God, dude.
You know they're fucking funny.
If you've been through a traumatic divorce of your parents, if you've had someone that you loved pass, like I am like, you are going to be the funniest motherfucker in the room. And I know it.
I was listening to Sean Hayes on Smartless this morning and they had Julia Roberts on and he was, saying, he was like, it was so funny because my mom had Alzheimer's and then she passed away and she would like say crazy things. And Julia Roberts was like, oh, like, that's not funny. Like that's, and he stopped her and he was like, no, listen, if you don't laugh, you'll spend your life crying. He was like, I spent 3 years crying. Yep. And then he finally woke up and was like, if I don't laugh, then this will be the rest of my life. So it's like, I'm going to make that choice,
Absolutely.
And it's so true. You have
to, dude. And that's what it's like. That's why they say comedians can sometimes be the most depressed people because they've just been through things and they look at things a certain way. And you really do have to laugh. Otherwise you'll cry. And you guys, we say that always on this podcast. And if we can leave you with one thing this week.
That's right.
If you don't laugh, you will cry.
That part.
All right? If you don't laugh, you'll cry. And God, shout out to all y'all parents is all I got to say. I mean, I don't think anyone has more reverence of a parent than me, truly. Like, I'm in awe of all of it all the time. I'm just like,
I know, dude.
We don't give
parents are pretty amazing.
We really don't give anyone the accolades that they deserve. We don't give the teachers enough. We don't give the parents enough. We don't give
the nurses, the doctor.
We don't give them enough, dude. And I want to give them everything.
Yeah, let's give them everything we have.
I don't have much, but I have some cool. I have some cool anklets over here. I I have this necklace from Zara that I broke.
Let's give those
if
to
they're
teachers.
interested. I don't know if they're interested in any of that. You guys, thank you so much for listening. As always, if you are not subscribed to our Patreon, make sure you do. We just dropped an episode on Sunday. If you're listening to this right now, you get 2 episodes, 2 extra episodes a month, HD video. You get no ads, and you get access to our chat. So it's fun over there. Trust me. We're putting together a little playlist, like a Spotify playlist, some MCP playlist right now. So you guys will be able to add that and access that. And it's a really good time. All right.
Thank you.
Love you guys so much.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much for listening. You can catch a new episode of Model Citizen every Thursday. And please don't forget to follow the podcast so you don't miss any of the action. We want to hear from you. So please leave a rating and review and follow us on socials for all the behind the scenes action at Hunter McGrady and Michaela McGrady. And don't forget, you are worthy, you are loved, and you are capable of doing all wonderful things. Bye, guys.